in their own spaces, working with other stakeholders to bring about solutions. It's community-led, and it's community-informed, and it's community-owned.
Stronger communities don't happen by chance. They're built by people, purpose, and partnership. Through Shine 5K, we are proud to walk and run for community transformation with Project STAR.
When you support the Shine 5K, you are supporting the work of STAR. And the work of STAR is about collaborating at the community level to bring about social and economic transformation.
Together, we can invest in safer and more empowered spaces for every Jamaican to thrive. Join us.
It's Monday, May 12, 2025. You're watching CVM News at Noon. I'm Natalie Lewis. Thanks so much for joining us. Giovanni Ellis, the man listed as a person of interest in the death of 9-year-old Kelsey Faragon, was fatally shot on Monday morning by police during an operation near Sandy Bay in Clarendon. Kelsey, a minor of a Job Lane in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, was discovered at about 8 in the evening. It's alleged that based on the appearance of her body, she was likely beaten. The body of the minor was discovered at about 8 in the evening. Gender Minister and St. Catherine Central Member of Parliament Olivia Grange is urging locals not to exact revenge in the murder of a 9-year-old girl in her constituency at the weekend, noting justice is being pursued. Minister Grange condemns the horrific act and reminds Jamaicans a $2 million reward is being offered to anyone with information to bring those responsible to justice. As Natalie Lewis reports, she's not the only politician denouncing the act.
Will forever overshadow the joys of Mother's Day when a 9-year-old child was not only sexually assaulted but killed, leaving loved ones ripe with grief. The police have been seeking a person of interest with alacrity.
Spanish Town CIB investigating the gruesome murder of Kelsey Faragon, a 9-year-old student of St. John's Primary, which occurred on Friday, May 9, 2025, between the hours of 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. at number 50C, Job Lane, Spanish Town, St. Catherine. We are seeking the assistance of the public to locate one Giovanni Ellis, who is called Cooleyman, who we think can assist us in the investigation at this time. The public is also being asked to provide any information to the police that can assist us to further this investigation.
It's a mother's nightmare. Member of Parliament Olivia Grange offered more than just her presence in the affected Spanish Town community, but also support for the family and a word of caution to residents.
Like everyone there, I really feel the pain of this vile act to my core. Understandably, there's a lot of sadness and a lot of anger in the constituency, but we need justice for Kelsey, not revenge. I commend the police for the intensity of their investigation so far, and I urge my constituents to work with the police in our pursuit of justice. I'm calling on anyone with information about this horrific incident to make a report to the police.
The minister is imploring prayers and help as the police soldier on.
As a nation, we are all pained by this cruel and wicked act of violence. It feels overwhelming to us, but just imagine how much more difficult it is for Kelsey's mother, her family, and her friends, especially on the eve of Mother's Day. As the Minister for Gender Affairs and as Kelsey's Member of Parliament, I ask that we remember the family and the entire community in our prayers. As government, we will provide all the support that we can at this time, but your thoughtful prayers will also be appreciated.
It's another attack on the innocence of the nation. The People's National Party issued a statement decrying the vicious act and demanding swift justice. Its youth organization in a statement adds the brutal attack and murder of an innocent child should shake every Jamaican to their core. The PNP Patriots are calling for tougher penalties for crimes committed against children.
Much more work must be done to protect our nation's children. No child should ever have to fear for their safety, and no family should endure such an unimaginable pain. The justice system must send an unequivocal message that such acts will not be tolerated and perpetrators will face the full force of the law. We understand that a suspect has been named in connection with the gruesome act. We urge anyone with information regarding the individual's whereabouts to come forward and assist the police in ensuring that justice is served for Kelsey and her loved ones.
Natalie Lewis, CVM News.
And as we have just shared with you, the suspect in relation to the tragedy has been confirmed dead. A 48-hour curfew imposed in sections of the Kingston Eastern Police Division has been extended. The extension will see the curfew continuing from 6 p.m. on Sunday, May 11 until 6 p.m. on Tuesday, May 13. The boundaries of the curfew are as follows. North, along an imaginary line from the mountain ridge from Mountain View Primary School to Cane River Falls. East, along an imaginary line from Cane River Falls to the bridge at 10 miles Bull Bay in St. Andrew. South, along the coastline from the bridge at 10 miles Bull Bay in St. Andrew to Flag Circle, and west along South Camp Road from Flag Circle to Vineyard Road onto an imaginary line to Mountain View Primary School. During the hours of the curfew, all persons within its boundaries are required to remain within their premises unless otherwise authorized by the ground commander. Following the kidnapping of a female educator which led to the fatal shooting of 2 men, police are still seeking the public's help in locating 2 armed suspects who escaped. The incident unfolded last Thursday when the woman was abducted at gunpoint in Westmoreland and taken to a house in Pell River, Hanover. Police tracked the location using technology and were met with gunfire, killing 2 suspects believed to be members of the Kings Valley gang. The Hanover police say they have not yet confirmed the identities of the 2 slain kidnappers. 2 illegal firearms were seized and the educator escaped unharmed. A farm road in St. Mary is now paving the way for stronger food security and better market access for farmers. The upgrade is part of a wider push by the Agriculture Ministry to boost rural farming and protect local livelihoods. Here's Shante McNeil.
After years of neglect, the Plattfield and Brainerd Farm Road in St. Mary has finally been restored, thanks to a $14.6 million investment from the Ministry of Agriculture. The newly asphalted stretch, 500 meters long, now offers smoother access to over 1,600 registered farmers and buyers, a critical boost for local food production. Minister of Agriculture Floyd Green says that with this upgrade, even greater food security can be expected.
And we do this because we appreciate that we have to move the roads from the state of being to something that is much more amenable to our farmers. And when we look at this era, we know that traditionally, St. Mary and areas like these have been known for things like bananas, plantains, coconuts, cocoa, livestock. We know the potential of these areas. So I know as minister, when we give you this road, you will produce more and we will be better able to feed ourselves.
Between 2023 and 2025, more than $120 million has been poured into fixing 100 farm roads across the parish. And according to Minister Green, more upgrades are on the way. He's also turning his focus to idle lands that could be brought back into cultivation.
And we have identified over 1,300 acres of prime agricultural land in areas such as Decoy, Eden Park, Nonsuch, Unity, and Fort George that we're going to be using to drive fruit tree cultivation. We want to see more of our orchard crops. We're focused on ackee, we're focused on mango, we're focused on breadfruit. We want to see more of those being planted.
But while farms grow, so do the challenges. Predial larceny remains a stubborn threat. The penalty now up to 3 years in prison and fines up to $3 million. Minister Green is urging farmers to take action together.
What we have found when farmers come together around securing their items and their friends and family items, farmers in a space, it helps. So if you need any assistance in that regard, reach out to RADA. We can have a team come in, meet with you, tell you what to do to form your farmers' watch groups.
Other plans for St. Mary include installing irrigation in New Pen this financial year and expanding youth training under the Rural Youth Empowerment Program because the future of farming lies in young hands. Shante McNeil, CVM News.
Motorcycle-related deaths continue to surge across Jamaica, especially among young men, prompting urgent calls for increased helmet use and public education. As part of a UN Global Road Safety Week, stakeholders are amplifying efforts through the National Helmet Wearing Coalition, an initiative aimed at promoting the consistent use of certified helmets and addressing dangerous road behaviors.
In 2012, when 260 people died, the number of motorcyclists who died was 41. 3 years ago, when it went up to almost 500, 150 motorcyclists died. That's a big elephant in the room as far as road safety is concerned in this country. And because of that, with the help of a global charity, FIA Foundation, we have started this coalition. And the main reason for this is to try and provide certified helmets for people to wear, and also to get motorcyclists to understand the dangers that they face.
The JN Foundation, a key partner in the helmet safety campaign, is particularly concerned about the impact on young Jamaican men. Project manager Sidonie Preddy highlighted the alarming statistics driving their continued advocacy.
Of those persons who die, who experience severe to fatal injuries, rather, were found to not be wearing helmets. These are our young men aged 19 to 29 years old, and this is taking up 30% of those who are actually dying. So we need to actually act now to preserve the future of our young men, and the JN Foundation saw it fit to be a part of that.
We take a break. More news in a moment.
Needed to raise capital, but our experience with local financial institutions was that they were cautious and slow to act, and interest rates were far too high. We had real concerns about financing our business through outside equity investors and the possibility of interference. Could we get a fair valuation for our business? We had our own ideas about the business and its value. Should I go the traditional route of bank financing, or should I try the Jamaica Stock Exchange? So we made a call and experienced transformation of our business through conversations. I'm John Mafood, CEO of Jamaican Tees, and we're listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
Give us a call today at 876-967-3271 to begin your transformation through conversation. We want to see your company listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
Surprise! I have your favorite. Come, hurry, quick. Hey! How you doing?
Babe, I'm a pure ginger beer. What do you mean?
Boss, me only come here for one thing.
No!
After all them years, you give me pure ginger beer.
Every dream conquered is another dream gained. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction. 'Cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I'm winning 'cause I work so hard. And the music hits I play, and the people them I say we are my show tonight. Oh, what a feeling! Don't stop dreaming. Keep on believing in the power of the feeling. Whatever you want, take a chance. Song in your heart, step in your dance. You got a spark, don't put it down. Shine your lights
The Time is brought to you by Ford Territory.
Welcome back. It's time now for our discussion segment. We're talking higher learning. Now, DeVry University, a private for-profit university in the United States, is expanding its Bridge to Brilliance initiative to 16 Caribbean countries, offering scholarships and flexible online programs to increase access to high-quality, affordable education. The conference will be held on Thursday, May 15 and Friday, May 16. Joining us to speak about the upcoming presentation is Vice President of the Public Workforce Solutions at DeVry University, Scarlett Howery. Welcome, Ms. Howery.
Good afternoon.
So what is the Bridge to Brilliance program all about?
Yeah, as you mentioned, we're excited to expand Bridge to Brilliance throughout the Caribbean into 16 islands, including Jamaica, where we'll allow learners to have greater access to high quality degrees. They're in healthcare, business, technology, and learners will have not just the financial assistance, so that being the scholarship, they'll also get access to ongoing care and support through our advisors who will be there to support them from the moment they start classes all the way through to their career, as well as tools that will allow them to have access throughout their day, whenever it works best for them. We know that learners, especially adults, have other things that they're doing in their lives, and college may not be the only thing that they do. So we want to make sure we provide them with an accessible education that gives them the right skills as they step into these careers.
So how do I even get involved in the Bridge to Brilliance program?
Yeah, so you can find out more about our programs at devry.edu, where you will have an admissions advisor that will work directly with you on choosing the right program, be it in healthcare, business, or technology. They will then walk you through the process to ensure that you have access to the features of that program. If you are currently working somewhere where you might have an employer who offers tuition benefits or upskilling benefits, that's another way in which you can find access to this type of degree as well. So really entering onto our website virtually is the best way just to find more information out about the opportunity for Bridge to Brilliance.
So what inspired the expansion to the Caribbean? Why this region?
Yeah, so we have been in the region for a while in the Bahamas with the Bahamas Institute of Business and Technology, and have many students as well as alumni from that program. And really what we understand is that access is the key here, right? Finding ways for learners to, especially those who are working in adult, to really just have the access through virtual programs really has been beneficial throughout the region. We felt that expanding that into these 16 countries, especially into Jamaica, as I'm excited to be a part of the upcoming Jamaica Employer Federation conference this week, is really just a great way of providing greater access and giving learners access to skills that are most in demand now, especially with things like AI. In other high volume data analytics and other skills that are much in need for particular industries, it's important for you to have access.
So how are these 16 Caribbean countries even selected, and are there any partnerships that are being explored locally?
Yeah, so we chose these 16 different locations or islands based on just the importance of ensuring that there would be the ability for them to access the program. Our programs are virtual. You need to have access to at least a laptop as well as the internet in order to really access these programs. We know that by having these partnerships, what we are allowing to happen in these different islands is that we understand more about the industries that are on this island that have a particular need for these types of skills. So many of the islands have access to in our industries that are in finance. Think about industries like manufacturing, IT, right, where you're developing talent that can